Joining us now is Greg Scarlatoiu. He's Executive Director of the Committee for Human Rights in North Korea. Greg, thank you for joining us. Let's start with the meeting between Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin. What were they both looking for, and are they both walking away pleased?
Well, the fundamental issue is that Russia is aligned with North Korea and China on this issue. What Kim Jong-un is trying to do is to undermine the economic sanctions regime put in place against North Korea. There's a very clear purpose of that sanctions regime. It is pursuant to UN Charter Chapter 7. It's an effort to basically bring peace and security to the region by doing away with North Korea's nuclear and missile program. In order to start building a persuasive case that North Korea is willing to give up its nuclear weapons, of course, the first step is a declaration of nuclear capabilities, sites where these weapons are produced, the actual number of weapons in the possession of the Kim regime, and also we would need a timetable for the denuclearization process. We have seen none of that. What the Kim regime means by the denuclearization of the entire peninsula is the removal of South Korea from the protection of the U.S. nuclear umbrella. There are no nuclear weapons in South Korea. That is simply a non-starter. U.S. commitment to the U.S.-South Korea alliance is staunch, and the true key to peace, security, prosperity, and stability on the Korean peninsula and in the region.
Okay, Greg, Putin is kind of positioning himself here as a diplomatic broker in all of this, saying he's going to take what Kim said straight to China and that he'll also be meeting with American leadership. Could that role, him playing that kind of role, be meaningful in these nuclear negotiations?
This is not an honest broker. Again, Russia is aligned with North Korea. What Kim Jong-un is trying to do is to try to persuade the United States, the United Nations, and the international community to do away with some of the economic sanctions that are in place. Mr. Putin is clearly biased in his approach to Korean Peninsula issues, and he cannot play the role of an honest broker. But the North Korean regime has managed to secure yet another summit meeting. And of course, having summit meetings with the leaders of the United States, the Russian Federation, China, and South Korea does enhance Kim Jong-un's standing at home and abroad.
Greg, I want to pivot to that Washington Post report that came out on Otto Warmbier about a $2 million medical bill. According to the report, the bill was signed. Now, do we have any indication if it was paid or if it has come up during the Trump-Kim summits?
No, we do not have any indication that the bill was paid. This is truly the epitome of cruelty perpetrated against the Warmbier family and against the people of the United States. As one who deals with the cruelty of the Kim regime on a daily basis, I run the U.S. Committee for Human Rights in North Korea. I'm confronted with this practically on a daily basis. Otto Warmbier did not go to North Korea for treatment. This was a healthy, super intelligent, happy young man who was arrested, imprisoned, tortured, brutalized, and killed by the Kim regime. Without having been imprisoned in North Korea, Otto Warmbier would still be with us today.
All right, Greg Scarlatoiu, Executive Director of Committee for Human Rights in North Korea, thank you for joining us.